What is going on, everyone? This is Stefan from Outcast Method. I am so excited to actually be doing this. I've been wanting to start a podcast for so freaking long, and I finally got to it, guys. This is Stefan from Outcast Method, and we're all about quitting that 9 to 5, feeling alive, and making an impact in this world. Guys, cue the intro, and here we go. Welcome to the Outcast Method podcast. Here I'll share my journey on gaining financial, location, and time freedom through the power of internet marketing. I hate the average, mediocre lifestyle where you wake up and go to a job you despise, and that's what makes me and everyone that feels the same outcasts. So let's get rich, buy a Lamborghini, and tour the world. Welcome to Outcast Method. Okay, guys, so the very first podcast episode, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm very sorry if this is not 100% up to standard like all out there, but we all have to start somewhere. So I'm learning, I'm studying on how to do good podcasts and just deliver value as far as I go, guys. So I thought it would be probably the best thing to start off by choosing an audience for whatever you're selling, or even if you're not yet actually have, even if you don't have a business yet, you don't know what to sell. Now, I struggled with this quite a long time before starting my online business. My first venture actually was drop shipping. When I was 15 years old, I started off actually with a company called DSD. I think it was dsd.com or something like that. But drop shipping domination, and they taught how to drop ship from Amazon to actually eBay. So this was before the days of even Shopify and using AliExpress and so on. So basically what I did is I took products from Amazon and then I advertised it on eBay. Now this was, let's say, about 2013. I was grade 10, 15 years old. So what happened is I started advertising. My first product, I think, was a watch, just like a normal men's luxury watch. I got it for, I think, $69, $70 on Amazon, and then I advertised it for, I think, $130 on eBay, and it sold within the first 4 days. So I had to borrow my mom's credit card to get the sale actually, but that was quite a lot of money for just a 15-year-old starting out. Excuse me. So I had to usually wash the dishes and mow the lawn and so on, and now here I was making money by literally buying and selling and never even seeing the inventory. But long story short, that whole eBay Amazon thing got quite crowded. The whole China market took it over. But I did do some drop shipping on Shopify and so on in my university years, but it never just really blew up. I saw more success by doing funnels and digital marketing for companies and building websites. In my second year of university, I made a lot of money. Now, okay, not millions, but more than enough for a student, 10 times more than the average student was getting pocket money. I was actually making the money, so that was great. But that was basically my story. And I'm sorry I'm a bit sick, so it's actually a bad way to start the first podcast, but get the content out there. I thought for today, this is really something I struggled with, just choosing an audience. And long story short, I read a book called Expert Secrets, actually, by Russell Brunson. So this book just opened up so much for me, and I thought I'd share one of the things in the book that they kind of talk about, and it's just crazy. It's just they specifically lay out how to make or decide basically on an audience that you're going to sell to, even before you have a product. I think it's really, really important when you choose your niche. And for those of you that don't know, niche is just basically a a subcategory. Sorry for my coughing. Once again, I'm a bit sick, but you basically choose an audience you're going to sell to, and usually my process would just be, okay, I like, let's take an example, I like music, so I'm going to start selling information products on music. But it's a bit more complicated than that, and it's not complicated actually at all. It's a bit more deeper. You have to kind of spend some time, a day or two or a week or a month, and you need to kind of decide on your audience and also on your product, because honestly, the key to success, to making millions and even billions of dollars online or offline or wherever, when you have the right product and you have the right crowd to sell it to, and you get traffic, traffic being, people to your website or to your product. If you have the right product and the audience that fits to that product, that wants that product, that's basically the key to making billions, So spend some time on this. So I thought I'd quickly talk about it. Basically, there's 3 niches that you need to choose of. So 3 like categories, main categories that you need to choose from. So this is health, wealth, and relationships. So if you're taking notes, write this down. HWR, basically just health, wealth, and relationships. Now, why do you have to choose the one of these 3? The reason is they are if you are religious, start praying for me that I get healthy soon, because this cough is not funny. But anyways, these 3 niches are evergreen. So the reality is that people are always looking to get healthier, get abs, get biceps, look better, feel better. And they're also always looking for ways to make more money. We all want to be richer. We all want to make more money. And then lastly, relationships. There's no use in having health and wealth if you don't have good relationships, even if you're a multi-billionaire and you're alone, it's not fun. You need relationships, whether that's family relationships or romantic relationships, or even like spiritual relationships. You need both. You need all 3 of these to actually have a good life and fulfilled life. So if you choose your niche out of those 3, you are already set up for success, because people are always looking for ways to improve on these 3 aspects. My apologies. And so long story short, your product doesn't necessarily have to be in this niche. I'll give you an example now, but your sales message must be in one of these 3, because it just really attracts people and makes them want to buy your product. So an example would be, let's say, razor blades. Like what's the most famous one? Like let's just say razor blades. I can't think of one now, but razor blades. Gillette. It's Gillette. That's what I was thinking about. So let's say a Gillette razor blade. You would think that they are maybe like more in the health niche, but they're actually selling relationships. When you look at the ad, this handsome guy with the beard and abs and chest, and it just looks good, and this girl coming off the after him and whatever. But long story short, it's about relationships, looking good and so on. Maybe a little bit health, but mostly relationships. That's what Gillette is about. So their product is not necessarily in one of those 3 actually, but their sales message is relationships. So take some time to think about that. And the sad thing about this is you can't go just health, wealth, or relationships. You need to kind of go down a bit and and niche down a bit. So something like wealth, niching down would go down to like investing or online business or marketing or anything like that. Maybe even cryptocurrencies. Health would be weightlifting, and I don't know, even you can maybe even put in like makeup a bit, something like that. Personal care. Relationships would be maybe something like finding your soulmate or online dating or anything like that. So niche down a bit. And if you can get a niche that's still like very competitive, that's great. So something like wealth is like a very generic term. Like I said, investing and online business. So when you niche down, let's say online business, that's still a very, very competitive market. So that's great. So this is where the theory comes in from, red ocean versus like blue ocean. Now, if you've ever read anything about like Russell Brunson or Stephen J. Larson, I really liked Stephen J. Larson's like podcasts and so on. So if you've read or listened to some of their podcasts, you'd know that they talk about a red and blue ocean. Red ocean referring to something very, very big, something like wealth. Wealth is definitely a red ocean. It means there's a lot of competition, a lot of people in the niche. Maybe even a bit more would be something like a better example would be, let's say, internet service providers. So people that, give you access to the internet. So that's a very, very competitive market. So out of that came fiber and a lot of other things, 4G and service providers trying to like get different products in. And long story short, your blue ocean is basically a smaller part of that crowd. So you create a blue ocean out of a red ocean. So let's take online business, for example. Let's take online business and ClickFunnels as an example. ClickFunnels created a blue ocean and out of a red ocean. So the red ocean was creating websites and or just like online websites and sales online and so on. And basically they positioned themselves in a place where they kind of set themselves as the anti-website, and that created a blue ocean. So they still targeted people in the red ocean, but they identified problems. Now that's the key. Identify problems in your red ocean. So in weightlifting, in online business, in finding your soulmate, or whatever niche you decided on, identify problems that's currently still active in that red ocean. And then you create like an anti-service. So website, or that's what ClickFunnels did. They started the sales funnel and they identified themselves as the anti-website. They identified a problem with the normal website, which was they weren't converting well, and then they created funnels. And the nice thing is, you would think that it's harder to advertise, but it really isn't, because you're advertising to people in the red ocean, which is once again very crowded, so a lot of people. So that's really great. You can get a lot of customers in this way. So provide a solution to problems that's currently in the red ocean, and start, thinking of ways that it can be done better, or it can be done, in an alternative way that's maybe faster or more efficient. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't want to create a product where no one has ever, been in that niche. Maybe in some cases that works, but it's really hard to do that. So if you want to set yourself up for success from the start, identify a problem in a niche that's already big, and then just kind of position yourself as the anti of something, and that really sets you up for massive success. So your target market will still be people in the red ocean, and you'll take them over to your blue ocean where you kind of provide something better. So I'd like to kind of end this episode. Once again, sorry so much for the cough every here and there. It's really something that I've been sick for like 2 weeks now, so I'm trying to get healthy. Anyways, health, wealth, and relationships, So I'd like to end this episode basically with 3 questions that you have to decide before like deciding completely on your niche. Don't spend too much time on this. Don't overthink it. A lot of people spend so much time on this and they never really get started. So get some problems, try to solve some problems, and you can, go to forums, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook groups and just see what people are talking about. Spend some time, a week or a month or whatever, however long it takes, take that time, but don't give up. Get your niche. So 3 questions that you have to ask before deciding on your specific niche is, would people in the sub-market be excited about the new opportunity that you're bringing? So, long story short, is this going to make a difference in their lives? Is this going to help them? Are you actually going to be making a difference in that person's life? And that's really important. You want your offer to be really, really attractive. So we'll still talk about this in another episode on how to set up offers and so on that actually convert and get people to buy your products, or even just give you their email address so you can start building that list. So yeah, really make sure that this is something that they want. We'll still talk about wants and needs, but this has to be something that they want, not necessarily that they need, but they want this. It's just so sexy and attractive that they really want this, what you're bringing out. So yeah, second question would be, are the people in this market irrationally passionate? Now this is really good, really like a big factor. These people need to be crazy, like they need to be really crazy passionate about whatever this market is and what they're selling. So let's take something like music producers. A lot of these people, like let's say music producers, are crazy passionate. Like all they're doing is watching videos on how to produce better music and how to DJ, and that's just an example. Another example would be people that's like into fitness. Like I mean like people that are really into fitness, that are subscribed to every single fitness YouTube influencer and Instagram influencer, and just like all they're doing is gymming the entire day. So it's just really something that they're passionate about. And along with this question, you can ask, are you passionate about this? Are you irrationally passionate about this? Because another way to get your niche is, think about, what are you talking about with your friends? Like, what are you talking about with your family? That's why I'm doing this podcast, because when I'm talking to people, I'm talking about, I'm doing this new online business venture, and I'm doing that in this online, and I'm marketing that, and I'm building this email list. And, there's a lot of things that you can think about, but think about something that you're passionate about as well, because you're going to have to create some content and spend some time in this niche. And it's not always about your passion, but you have to have like some kind of interest in it. Would you buy a product in this? That's it's kind of important. It's not, you can make money without being passionate about it, but there's definitely like more power when you can speak about something passionately. So you're going to have to learn about the niche and create products around the niche. So make sure it's something that you can actually withstand and spend some time in. So the last question is, are these people willing and able to spend money on information? Now, focus on the words willing and able. So I read about the story where a guy started like a online gaming information product where he teaches people how to game better, maybe in like a specific game. I'm not 100% sure, but a long story short, his target market was like high schoolers, college students maybe even, but mostly high schoolers. And what he eventually realized is, although his product was amazing, like his product was really, really good, and it would really create, better gamers. But the problem is that his target market didn't have credit cards. High school students don't have credit cards, or most don't. And it's kind of hard for high schoolers to convince their mom to spend, $400 on this product because it's going to help them game better. The mom would probably just laugh. So make sure your clients are willing. So make sure that the offer is attractive. Make sure that they are willing to spend money on information, but also make sure that they actually have money. Make sure your target market are, people that spend money online and actually have extra cash. You don't want people that are just scraping by, because this is tough, because most of them won't be able to buy your product, and you don't want really to put them in a situation where they make too much debt and credit and so on. So make sure that your audience is willing and able to spend money on information. So that's really important. And guys, that's more or less that for this episode. I hope this helped. This is just the first episode, and we're going to go crazy further down the line. We're going to make some really great offers and just start making money online. So I really hope this helped. If it did, leave a comment wherever you're listening to this, whether it's on iTunes or Spotify or all the other podcasting apps. Leave a comment. I'd love to see what you think and where I can improve. This is going to go crazy, and I'm going to keep on adding value and improving my craft as I go on. So here we go, and I really hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for listening. Stefan is out. Outcast Method, bros. Cheers.